People have commented that they find my life inspiring. Tony, they say, how did you do it? How did my life become inspiring? How did I overcome all my problems and get to a point where I could ever help other people, much less start a nonprofit that's helped almost 100,000 military family members? I don't know. I didn't plan it. I couldn't have predicted it, but I'm humbled people find my life inspiring. I come from a family of limited means. We believed in hard work, responsibility, and making it on your own, and I feel like I've stayed close to those roots, learning from every step along the way. And there was a major shift in my life, a trajectory shift, one that took me from preparation to execution, where my knowledge and experiences were going to get put into action. And that shift started on October 21st, 2007, when a wildfire destroyed my house. Within the year of that fire, my marriage ended. Add part-time single dad to my resume. And at the time, I was working to build a specialty auto parts business, and the Great Recession was pounding my entrepreneurial endeavor hard. With sales down 40%, my new child support and alimony payments, my financial pressures were overwhelming. But determined to make payroll and keep my business afloat, I took a second job, consulting, during the day, so I could run my business at night. And I didn't know it at the time, but that consulting job was going to be the gateway into my next chapter. So after the fire, I got a trailer, I stuck it next to my burnt house, and I called it home for 6 years. And I remember on one visit from my dad, he asked how, with everything going on, I wasn't having a breakdown. And I quickly told him I was just taking it one day at a time. But that night, lying in the upper bunk above my sleeping 4-year-old daughter, in my princess sheets, I wondered, how was I coping? I realized that I handle my problems with a familiar set of characteristics. Work hard, seize opportunities, learn everything you can, and don't give up. This is how I handle my challenges. Like the problems of my childhood. As a military kid, we moved 8 times. But because I handle my problems this way, I learned to thrive with the many different people and cultures in our world. Like the unexpected end to my Navy career, where doctors told me that I was most likely terminally ill. But I was eventually able to use that information to better appreciate the preciousness of life and time. Like my job at Sony being in jeopardy through 6 years of layoffs. But I was able to use that pressure to earn 3 undergraduate degrees and advance to become their chief maintenance engineer. Like the unexpected end to my marriage, but I was able to deepen my sense of empathy and become a better father. Like losing almost everything in a wildfire, but I got to be that person needing a hand up. I got to see and feel the inner workings of our social welfare networks. And I handled these and all my other challenges in this manner. And in doing so, I feel I emerged a better person. Now back to that consulting job. I learned quick that consultants at these high-power firms were smart and had fancy graduate degrees. So why were they coming to me for advice? I'm glad I could add value to them, but I needed to up my skill set and get myself a graduate degree. I wanted a respected university that I could call home, one where I could formalize my professional hands-on learning, where I could harness my natural servant leadership skills. The Master's of Science in Executive Leadership here at the University of San Diego was perfect for me. The program forced me to dig into my thoughts, my actions, and my behaviors. I had to learn who I truly was before I could learn to truly inspire other people. And that program gave me the knowledge and confidence that I needed, that my next chapter actually required, and was soon thrust upon me when I was offered a pro bono consulting opportunity to build a strategic plan for a nonprofit that worked with military families. Now, I didn't know anything about nonprofits or their strategies, but I learned it, and things went great. And soon I was offered a position on their board of directors, and I seized it. After a few years, the national leadership for the nonprofit made some changes to their vision, their mission, the structure, and this greatly inhibited our ability to help local military families. And this was unpleasing to me because I truly understood the need and value of these programs. So we broke away, created our own nonprofit to fill that gap in services. I wrote that startup strategy. I became chairman of the board, and I realized that I needed to hire a CEO to grow the agency to sustainability. I searched, and I searched, and I searched. Finally, one night I realized the job was just too big and too risky. Nobody was going to take it. And the next morning, I walked out on my trailer's porch. I had remarried a little earlier. I looked at the new house that my wife and I were finally rebuilding. I thought about the family. We talked about growing. But despite these looming financial hurdles, I knew what the right thing to do was. And I told my wife that to get this nonprofit off the ground, I need to become its CEO and quit that consulting job. And now, 9 years later, the nonprofit is mature and stable. The house is finished. We got 2 more kids. How did I do it? I don't know. But what I do have is 4 characteristics that I've embodied. Characteristics, when combined with my faith in God and all the help I've received from those around me, have been instrumental in building my life. I've always worked hard. I've known that to get ahead, you just need to work hard. I've always seized opportunities, continually put myself outside of my comfort zone, challenge myself, and improve my ability to perform in different environments. I've always learned everything I could. Knowledge is power. Everything is a learning moment, and feedback is critical. And lastly, I do not give up. If there's a will, there needs to be a way. I'll generate whatever grit, tenacity, or fortitude I need to keep moving forward. We don't know what life's path will bring you. We know it'll bring ups and downs. But you should rest easy knowing that you too can build a life that people find inspirational. If you work hard, you seize opportunities, you learn everything you can, and you don't give up. Thank you.